What's up, guys? So, as you know, I've been contemplating the idea of Christian community. I'm doing a four-part series in my podcast, so please check it out if you're interested. Um, One of the most shocking things when I was studying this topic for the first time between 2013 and 2015 was this idea that the word that Jesus actually uses, the word that the New Testament writers use to refer to the people of God, is not the word church. And for me, it was a quiet, or the realization was actually a bit comforting because I've up until that point I've been a Christian for about 6 years, and I've always had this kind of uneasiness within the church context. I could never really fit in. Don't get me wrong, I was serving in different roles. I was on the worship team. At one point I was the worshiping coordinator, which was effectively the worship pastor. I was the youth leader. I had all these different functions, and while I was performing these functions, I felt a sense of fulfillment or a sense of purpose, but it would only last for so long. And I couldn't understand why, because I loved God, I loved studying the Bible, but I soon realized I had more fulfillment. For example, as with most churches, our church was growing very fast. We were part of a church plant, but on days when it would rain, for example, only a few people would show up, maybe 10 people or so, or 5 people or so. And those gatherings were the most fulfilling. And I couldn't understand why, because the whole church production we had a band, we had a whole structure, our services were planned, everything flowed nicely. I always make the joke, when you would attend our services, you wouldn't even know if it was the Spirit of God or it was just the music carrying you along. They were so intertwined in our minds. But the point was, those smaller gatherings, those instances where what I would call the true believers would show up, were more fulfilling. And I realized soon after starting to study this topic that there's a reason for that. Our mass-produced church systems, strategies are not designed to satisfy the soul of true Christians. Some of us might feel a sense of purpose because we are serving, we are being useful. But being useful is not the same as being fulfilled. And that's why many Christians, they are Christians for a long time and then they walk away from the faith. Or what they do is they start to deconstruct the faith because they've been serving God. In Afrikaans sê ons hulle dien die Here, hulle is lief vir die Here, hulle is dienaars. Maar hulle is nie vervuld, hulle is nie gelukkig nie. And the reason is because church and ecclesia, church and congregation, church as the institution, as the organization, and the people of God, as the Bible describes it, is not the same thing. Please check out the podcast episode for more information. It's free. Hopefully it will enlighten you, it will inspire you, and it will kind of validate the sense within you that something just isn't right. There needs to be more than this. Just going to church on Sunday, then going again on Wednesday, then going again on Friday, then doing this conference, then doing this outreach. Just staying busy in all these activities for God. But when you are alone, when you are away from everyone else, you don't feel happy. So yeah, my encouragement to believers is that there is more than this. I've seen it, I've experienced it, and we just need to press into it.